Sorry, I'm late. I slept in. It was glorious. I'm tired. Basically yard work all day yesterday. We'll get started here in a minute. Just waiting for the coffee to go a little farther. Why does that say Dark Star? That shouldn't say Dark Star. I told that not to say Dark Star. Well, it doesn't say Dark Star. That one's correct. That one's correct. That one's correct. I don't get it. It's a mystery. Can I tell you something, ladies and gentlemen? Mega Man X3 is boring. Like, the combat's boring, the weapons are boring, the music is boring, the stages are boring, the bosses are boring. It's a boring game. It's easily the worst 3 of the Super Nintendo Mega Man X's. However, that being said, it's still like 6.5, 7 out of 10. It's still pretty decent. This is boring. Oh, this reminds me, since that is the boat from Jaws. I worked very hard on putting the boat from Jaws over this. Whoa! People do need to get a life, like Jay. Thanks, Jay. Your support is always appreciated. One day I will send you a fruit basket. I hope you like kiwis. They look like mice till you cut them open. I learned that the hard way. So, say anything. Words. As I take all of my best streaming ideas from the founder of the feast, Darkside Phil, he just put out a call to action the other day to have his viewers donate their time, efforts, etc., to make him some new intros. So, call to action to you guys. Get off your lazy butts and make me stuff for free, would you? Okay, thanks. I don't know how long it took me to do the boat thing, because there's something like keyframes. I don't know. I don't edit a lot unless it's like cutting stuff out, so. But I asked a couple people, does my opening look stupid? Like, no, it kind of fits what you do. So, okay. I mean, we're not really here to look at it, so. We're just here to, do that. Excuse me. Sorry, Phantasy Star. Time for you to get out of here. Let's make sure this thing is doing what it's supposed to do.
You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Seems to be good to me. Okay. You shouldn't eat before you get hungry. You should eat when you get hungry, and you should stop when you are no longer hungry. Eat, ladies and gentlemen, and drink to contentment, not capacity. That's what somebody I know says. They're full of it. So what are we going to do today? What the hell are we doing today? What were we doing last time? I know we went mining and got a ton of crap. Got all this iron now. Just like cereal. Full of iron. You know, we're going to need some tools here. Don't know why I put the sticks in there. That was a dumb idea. Excuse me. I'm going to say, you know, we've got enough iron now. We could probably make some mine carts. Or minecarts. We could make a minecart and some track. Put these back in there. Actually, let's put the sticks over here. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. That's fine. No, go back. Hello, phone. Bling blong. You're awful chatty this morning. Oh, good. Oh, good. I have a friend who is not pregnant. Is this not night and or thunderstorm? It's just regular storm? Okay. I guess. Excuse me. I get a text every, like, once a month from this friend. Like, not pregnant. It's okay. Pardon me, man. I should take one of these. That's why I bought these. Went out to do some supply gathering. Cornmeal and gunpowder and ham hocks and guitar strings, you know. Life saving supplies. Life sustaining supplies? Must be life sustaining. Sorry. Had to chew my way into the pill bottle. That's probably safe. I bought some Claritin. Claritin works great for your old pal Jason. Not a sponsor. And the nice thing about it is, if you buy the name brand stuff, you get, like, how many was this? 30 tablets was $20. And if you buy the store brand stuff, 30 tablets was $4. I'll take one a day when I think I'm going to need it. And it works pretty good. I can get in there without... Think I can make that? Ah! Nope. Damn chicken. That's what you get. Sorry. What? We grew a peep. Kill it. Do you see what just happened? Look at it. It's a peep. That's crazy. Yeah, it's the yellow chicken. It's the yellow Dello. Everybody knows. We'll probably work on the fence some more today. Go down there and do some digging today, but we need some dirt, so we gotta get some dirt. To clean all this up a little bit. That was a marshmallow peep we spawned. It is horrible. They're good for patching drywall. You got just a little hole you need patched. This goes through shears so quickly. These are brand new when we left the house. They're half gone. I think they were brand new. I don't remember. I'd appreciate you not existing. Could you do that for me, please? got a lot. Guess there's that. We need more birch for our fence. So we don't have a lot of birch at the moment. So I'll take what we got. See, that's why we need the fence. Skeleton, there's a creeper over there. There's a creeper back there somewhere up on the little hill. Zombies out there in the bamboo. Maybe a witch. Need more pumpkins too, so we can put some more light down. That'd help. Let's just be ridiculous about it. Well, knock me over with a feather. Probably could. So let's talk about the future, ladies and gentlemen. The future is where, much like they said in Plan 9 from Outer Space, the future is where you and I will spend the rest of our lives. I'm anticipating us finishing up Darkstar tomorrow. I think we are solidly in endgame. Excuse me. So I'm planning on that becoming a thing. I do have a donated game. I heard a zombie. I do have a donated game ready to go next, as is tradition. I can't tell you what it's called right now because I forgot. But we'll figure it out. I ain't concerned. Oh, you know what? The small chicken makes sense. There was a baby sheep over there too. There should be a name for baby sheep. That'd be a good thing to have. And it said it's like baby mob day or something like that. So that would make sense. Increased spawn rate of baby mobs. Get rid of that spruce tree. Maybe we'll make that row of spruce trees. At least it stopped raining. Look, there's the llama. You should go eat it. Go eat the llama. I'm not a llama. And it's about time for another State of the Channel video, so a lot of that stuff will be in it. But Darkstar, I think, will be done this week. New game will start next week. And I have something I came across the other day. If we finish Darkstar way early, we've got something we can look at. I think that will be interesting. Hey. Hey. Shoot around my shield. Ah. If you guys remember, we played a game once upon a time, kind of early in the getting back to the streaming thing, called Gris. Gris was great. We loved Gris. Gris was so good. Old school baby zombie. And then the people who made Gris made another game called Neva, and we played Neva, and Neva was great. They just like making us sad. I've decided these people, that's what they want to do. But I was looking up some stuff because I was sharing some Gris related stuff and some Neva related stuff with a friend. And throw that away. I don't even know why. And there is a Neva prequel. So I bought it. And maybe we'll play through that. I can't imagine it's going to be terribly long. It could be, but I'm assuming it's not going to be. So we might play through that. I think it would be a good change of pace from Darkstar. If you've been following along with Dragon Quest XI, that will be done sometime in April. Our new Patreon game for April is Metroid Fusion. So if you're on the Patreon, you can see a Let's Play of Metroid Fusion very early. And I'm going to tell you, I don't love that game. I think it's kind of bad. It's just not very Metroid-y. For a lot of reasons. It's not very Metroid-y. But I've been asked 3 or 4 times in the past to play it, and I kept putting it off and putting it off. And now that the Dragon Quest slash, excuse me, Final Fantasy thing is coming to a close, we needed some new stuff, so going back to other series that I'd started and never really finished. So Metroid games are coming up, Zelda games, some of the other Castlevania games I think will be upcoming. Like we did a Harmony of Dissonance, right? Circle of the Moon will be upcoming later in the year. Things like that. GoldenEye, but GoldenEye wasn't really a thing. Oh, speaking of GoldenEye, our good friend Phil had like a retro marathon not too long ago. He was playing some of the new GameCube N64 games and all that you can get on the Switch now, or the Switch 2, I should say, because you can't do GameCube on Switch 1, which makes me sad, because I would absolutely be doing some stuff with that. Anyway, he's playing GoldenEye on the Switch, and he is doing terrible. He says he's never played it. I'm kind of inclined to believe him. But he's like, I don't understand how these controls work on the, you know, he's using the stupid Pro Controller thing, but, you know, he's trying to play GoldenEye with, you know, a modern 2-stick controller, and it just isn't working for him. He dies to the first enemy. And you know what? He's getting a lot of crap for that. But ladies and gentlemen, I tried playing GoldenEye. As I talked about if you watched the Let's Play, I tried playing GoldenEye with the Switch controller, and it is damn near impossible. Just the way they lined it up and laid out the controls is terrible. But you have to fire with the left trigger, but you aim with the right trigger. You look around with the left stick, but you move around with the D-pad. It's just, I don't, you'd need like several more fingers and maybe an extra hand. So when I finally like, all right, I'm going to do this, you know, I ordered for myself an N64 controller that pairs with the Switch. And night and day different. That game, I think, has to be played on an N64 controller. And some of the comments, people in the comment section talking about it are like, what a boomer segment. He can't even figure out how to play this on a new controller. I'm like, yeah. No, same. Absolutely same. It's terrible. If you've never played GoldenEye on the N64, that control scheme just makes perfect sense for that game. For any first-person shooter, I think it would be great. If you're familiar with the controller, it's got the 3 handles, I guess. And you hold the center handle with your left hand. You look around with the analog stick, and you fire with the trigger on the back. And then you move with the C buttons on the right. You swap weapons, activate things with A and B, and you aim with the right trigger. The only thing I think you need the D-pad for is if you want to duck, but I think you can do that with the C buttons if you're aiming. And zooming in and out with the sniper rifle, maybe. I don't remember for sure. But, you know, as much as we, you know, he's on our shit list around here. If it's not his fault, you can't blame him. You know, it's one of those things, like, there are enough things that this guy does wrong that we don't need to make things up. You know what I mean? And struggling with the controls in GoldenEye, I don't think is something, you know, that's not on him. Like I said, that control scheme is just weird. And I don't know how a normal person would get through the game with that. I also don't know why I'm doing this, to tell you the truth. I think it was to get ready for dirt. And we're just going to go with it. Take all of this out. So anyway. Can't be too hard on the man for something that's not his fault. Now, what is his fault, though, is not taking the time to look at the controls to figure them out. Which, you know, who does that, really? Who takes the time to sit and look at the control scheme? You know, you just want to get started. You want to go in, you want to push the buttons, figure out what they do, and then look them up if you got a problem. So I get that. But Phil is the kind of guy, excuse me, when he starts a game, he takes like 5 minutes going through all the options. Like setting a thing and then like, oh, what did that change? We should go and look. And then coming back and setting it again and, you know. And I think looking, if you're going to be that invested in the options, I think you need to look at the controls too. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me that you'd be like, you know, getting in a car and like, all right, here's the washers, here's the washer fluid, here's this thing, here's that thing, and here's this, and high beams are here, wipers are here. And then you get in and take off and like, where's the radio? How does the radio work? You know, look at all of it or look at none of it, I guess. Unless you know. I want this gravel. I have a reason for wanting this gravel. All right, that's far enough, I guess. Okay. And to his credit, Phil did not blame the game for him dying to the first enemy. He did. He's like, I don't know how to play this game. I've never played this game. The controls are weird. You know, and he's right. He's right. If he's right, he's right. And I'll say he's right. He's just not right very often. And he's indignant about being right when he's wrong. Oh, God. That's why we need railings. So after this, I will probably make a state of the channel video because it's near the end of the month. And I'll have some more information about upcoming stuff. And I don't have it in front of me because it's, you know, it exists in another area. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Got some, oh, movies. Movies, ladies and gentlemen. We need to talk about movies for a second. We haven't done the watch party thing over in the Discord yet. I was getting ready to kind of figure out how to do it, and then Discord started doing their weird thing. And so I stopped. And now Discord's not doing their weird thing anymore. But now I kind of don't want to do it on Discord anyway. Because what if they do it again? Anyway. I really like, as we've talked about, just like the cheesiest, dumbest, silliest horror movies you can think of. Really get a kick out of stuff like that. And I was flipping around watching some movies the other day, trying to find something to watch. And I came across a movie called Metamorphosis, ladies and gentlemen. Metamorphosis. And Metamorphosis is I think it came out in the 90s. I think it was a 1990 movie. And it's about a guy. And he's a scientist guy. He's a science man. You know how they are, them science mans. And he's working in a college lab, and he's trying to come up with a way to basically stop people from aging, right? He's come up with this thing. I've got a solution to the problem. All we have to do is and it'll work. We can keep people from getting old and dying. And, you know, I forgot the stuff. You know, the old guys are like, "What nonsense? You can't do that. It's immoral. It's illegal. It's fattening. Whatever." Not that. It was awful expensive with our enchantment stuff just to get a bow back to full strength. Anyway. So of course the guy's like, "No, you can't. This is my work and I'm going to do it and you can't stop me," and blah, 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 blah. Because that's how that goes. And he like breaks into the lab late at night with his assistant, and they perform the experiment on him. Because that's the only way. They got to have results. I don't know, I'm taking the time to do this. I just am. Maybe throw that crafting table away. Fuck it. Cheers. I haven't really done any fishing, have we? Saddle over there. That's a weapon that can go there. Yeah, we'll work with that. So he injects the anti-aging juice, whatever it's called, into his eye, because that's where that lives, I guess. And he feels good for a couple of days, and then he starts falling apart. He's looking old. He's looking rough. He's looking, you know, sun-dried, like me. This is not a good look for anybody. And Turns out he's not anti-aging. He's not staying young. He's not getting younger. He's regressing, ladies and gentlemen. His DNA is regressing. And he basically, by the end of the movie, turns into a dinosaur. An immortal dinosaur. It is strictly told to us that he cannot die. He is an immortal dinosaur who has to eat people to live. And it was boring. The movie was boring. It wasn't particularly scary. Dinosaur puppet wasn't really doing the job. It was kind of silly. And I just thought I would share that with you. It's called Metamorphosis, if you can find it. There is some nudity. There's some violence. There's a lot of fake blood. So, if any of that stuff makes you a little upset, maybe don't watch it. Metamorphosis from 1990. There's like 4 other movies called Metamorphosis. Make sure if you want to watch the cheesy horror one, you watch that one. I haven't seen any of the others that I can recall. Maybe, though. A zombie on a horse with a spear. Maybe I have. I can't. I can't remember for sure. I watch a lot of bad movies. I watched another one called The Mask of Satan. I didn't finish it. Rarely do I not finish a movie, but this one, I couldn't. I got real close, and it just got stupid. Too stupid. And I thought it was an Italian movie from what I looked up about it. And I don't think it's an Italian movie. I think it was dubbed into Italian. Because it's absolutely been dubbed. Where'd that creeper go? Come up here, pal. But I don't know what it was originally in. See, that's your fault. There was a witch. She was buried in the mountains, and then some skiers find her and take this mask off her head that was keeping her evil powers from escaping, and it really just turns them all into jerks. And then there's this whole the first initial of the first name of all the people ends up spelling the witch's name, and that's how they know that they're possessed by the witch. Our hero's girlfriend's name backwards is the witch's name, and that's how he knows she's the witch. It is kind of dumb. It was kind of dumb. Stop shooting over top of my shield. Very much in the if you watch Mystery Science Theater, and you should, if you remember movies like Pod People, it's very much in that kind of low budget monster movie kind of thing. But yeah, it was mostly just we were skiing and one of us got hurt and they died. Oh no. Anyway, here's a cool mask. Let's put it on and play with it. And now we're all jerks. And let's go to this village. Because. And while we're here, let's just continue to be jerks to people. That was really the whole movie. Was not very good. little bit of nudity in that one too. So be forewarned. Oh, and a lot of puppet violence. Like the demons were all puppets and they were eating a guy. And it looked like he was standing in a corner and had his own arms wrapped around him and was manipulating the puppets himself. He was eating himself with a puppet. Like you do. So, Mask of Satan. That one is on Tubi. I don't remember where Metamorphosis was. It was not on Tubi. Wow. The horse outlasted the zombie, which makes sense, but zombie horse death noise is not pleasant. Well, if we had lava here. I never remember. Uh-oh. Okay. I never remember if it's water touching lava or lava touching water that gets you obsidian. That leads me to believe it's the water touches the lava, not the other way around. All right. I guess we will... Enderman probably screwed that up. Let's make some minecarts. Or tracks, I guess. About it. What do you think? Forget how to make them? I thought it was just sticks and iron. Yeah. Where the hell was that hiding? Gold, redstone, stick. We don't need many of those. Didn't get as much out of that as I wanted. That's okay. I go 2. 2 should be enough. Now, what else do we need for this? We need the detector rail. Just a stone pressure plate. Too bad I just threw away all that cobblestone. I knew I should have turned it into something. No. Oh, that's right. It has to be stone. Oh, there's a way to make stone. I thought you put it in a blast furnace. Maybe not. Well, clearly not, I guess. Sticks out of that. Wish there was a way to, like, lock the sign so you wouldn't interact with it. Oh, and redstone. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. I think one... Yeah. We have 12 of these. I think we need 24 of these. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I'm sure it'll be just fine. And we'll worry about the minecart later. We should clean up a little path to the boat. Maybe we can go... That's an idea. I have an idea. I understand that's terrible. Terrible news for everybody, but I have an idea. U.S. carrier Ford arrives in Croatia for repairs. That's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Croatia. fix boats here? Well, I guess we can. Because all those other, was it the minesweepers that we were supposed to be sending to the Strait of Hormuz? And they were all in docking. They were all docked, in like Louisiana or something, getting repairs when we decided to attack. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie, Duck Soup. It's a Marx Brothers movie. It's a great movie. It's one of their finest. If you haven't, I suggest you give it a watch, and then I want you to remind yourself that it was not supposed to be a documentary. I think we'll need to make this taller once we get the carts in there. Oh, we're gonna need buttons. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be taller. And we should probably... They're out of spot. Oh boy, gravel. Always nice to have gravel. Especially where you don't want it. I don't even need it outside anymore. I feel like there's going to be some right there. So I think I mentioned last time I've been playing, really for the first time, Fallout 4 a little bit. And if you have played Fallout 4 any, I need to ask a question. Is it always so buggy? That is a buggy game. I know 3 and New Vegas have their little quirks, but I've never seen like just spinning body parts, corpses. You know, there was a ghoul sitting on a bench that I shot a bunch of times, and they died, and just one hand just rotated forever. It's still rotating to this day, I'm sure, the legends will say. I played an awful lot of Fallout 3. I played an awful lot of New Vegas, and I do not recall ever seeing things happen in those games that happen in 4. And there's so many like explosives in 4. Like Molotovs and grenades. They're just throwing that crap around like it's nothing. Like it's beads at Mardi Gras. Just everywhere. I've died more because some raider somewhere threw a Molotov cocktail at me and I wasn't prepared for it, than anything else in that game has killed me. Okay, so we're going to stop here. Well, I think we could walk up the stairs. Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll just stop here. So, rail goes here. Here. Here we'll put a detector. Put a booster. Detector. I'm gonna take all these stairs out. 3. 4, 5, 6. I think it's 8. We can go before we need another boost. 7, 8. Detector. Powered. Detector. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is why you get twice as many detectors as you do boosters, or the powered rails. Because you put one on each side. 2, 3, 4. That way it works both ways. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Made too many rails. That's okay. They're cheap. Wow, hits don't stop this week. Music's just near constant. That's okay. I ain't mad about it. Okay. There we go. Let's back to the homestead. Yeah, we've been playing an hour already. Doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I'm sure I have. I told the story about playing Minecraft for the very first time. Back when it was still basically a free beta thing. Didn't have any of this. Didn't have boats. Didn't have 90% of what you see on screen right now, right? And I got it, and my computer could barely run it. I think it was one of the first that I'd ever built, like, from scratch, from the ground up, right? And it was not good. But, you know, it just needed to emulate stuff, really. I didn't do anything other than that at the time. So, anyway, I'm playing it, and I'm like, I'll give it a try for a little bit. And I played it, and I thought, oh, okay, that was pretty good. Oh, get up and stretch. Well, see how much of the day is left, and what else I can get is like 6 hours later. And it just snuck up on me. Totally snuck up on me. Oh, look at that. It's so close. You guys see what I'm going for here? See what I'm going for here? This cobblestone. So that's the stairs. Not really a secret, but a shortcut. So when we want to get on the boat, we don't have to go all the way around. We can just come downstairs, go through here. Boat. Hi, Scarlett. How you doing, pal? Ain't seen you in a bit. We have some stairs. I know the feeling. All is going well, just busy though. Give me a door. Oh. Better than not, you know what I'm saying? Small victories, man. You could be busy because you had a house fire. That's not good. Try not to do that. House fires are bad. You don't want those. I need that gravel for anything right now? I don't think so. Do need the dirt. Were the old folks hunting the eggs, or were they hosting the Easter egg hunt? How do I make a... Oh, even better. Oh, no, that would have been okay. Why'd I do that? Excuse me. I'm gonna die. take all this dirt we got. Go do something useful with that. Who found the most eggs? You or the kids? Because I know you were competing with them. That's just how you are. Knocking them over, stealing their eggs. I'd watch old people hunt Easter eggs. I think that'd be fun. You can make an event out of it. The 3rd annual Senior Scramble. The scramble because it's eggs. That's fun. Remember when we had all that dirt? I just imagine sometimes that your life is just a sitcom, you know. Kids running around yelling, picking up egg-shaped things off the ground is probably flashbacks. Giving all the old folks PTSD. What is? Oh, yeah. I guess because today's Palm Sunday. It's Easter's a week away. Holy crap. What is going on in the world? No, I'm saying it's much more like like according to Jim, that one with what's his name, Paul Blart. It's like one of those. Like, I imagine you having really good intentions, but often screwing things up for the sake of fun, and then the female has to come in and, like, set you straight. But the kids are like, no, it's great, let's do it. And then she's always like, remember last time we had to go to the emergency room? You thought you could juggle knives? I've known you for a little while. I think I've picked up on a few things. There goes my axe. Guess we'll go get another. I want to get rid of this hill. It's ruining the landscape for me. So we're going to do a little terraforming today. Plus dirt. Gotta have dirt. It's like that Fish song. Or that Alice in Chains song. Or... I don't know. I'm sure there's another one. Yeah. Yep, see? What did I say? Going to be a high-speed police chase because I don't know. You did something you weren't supposed to do. It's all a big misunderstanding. We'll all laugh about it later. But for now, you're going to jail. I told you last time, I'm not bailing you out again. That didn't last long. But that's okay. Yeah, you know, those words shouldn't go together. They really shouldn't. It really does just sound like, you know, the only thing that would make it worse is if you added homemade to the title. Yeah, bought it as some guy. He builds them out of his garage. It's great. He uses those kits. That'd be wonderful. I feel like there's still some wood in this one. I can just see it now. Yeah. Yeah, this is bad. Don't do that. And as he's talking to you, you notice he's missing 2 fingers on one hand. Every time he hears a noise, he looks up. Permanent powder burns on his cheeks. Yep, I kind of like that. Kind of like that. But now I feel like I need to take all this dirt out and cobble it. Then I need new stairs because they're going to blend into the wall too much. Look at that. Can't even tell where the stair stops and the wall starts. Low-level seal skin? Why? How did you know? It's the perfect gift for a streamerversary. You got enough pumpkins yet? Oh, come on. I just want 4 pumpkins. Is that so much to ask, Gabe? It's a good stretch. Of course there's a creeper. My sword's about to break. This is a terrible idea. But as we've been discussing, sometimes terrible ideas are fun. Now back to this guy you bought this shotgun off of on Facebook. Did he have a shirt that said, "Ask me about chemtrails"? Or the time cube guy? Where'd you come from? Get out of here. I don't have any banned phrases. You say whatever the hell you want. If I had, like, consistent people chatting, it'd be one thing. That, and I really hate doing anything in the Twitch back end. It's so confusing. You gotta go along with the story, pal. You can't, like, actually, I wouldn't tell me his name, just told me to call him Rusty. I don't get it. Bald, big scar on the top of his head. Carried a pager. Oh yeah, no, I get that. I get so few on Twitch. I'm not generally worried about it. Kick is where they're real bad. Wanted me to call him Iroquois Pliskin for some reason. I don't know. Yep, that's the end of that. Well, we'll use up this shovel. I just realized I totally just abandoned the minecart thing. Bling blong phone, hello. What? Oh. I didn't choose HD Bobcat, actually, guys. I will for sure leave a review. I had to take our work mowers in to get the hydrostats serviced. And I just got a text. Would you please rate your whatever? Yeah, I guess. They're good people over there. When you start a stream, a kick, do you hear Vanilla Ice in your head saying, let's kick it? No. No, I never hear Vanilla Ice in my head. And if I ever do, I gotta go see somebody. I'm actually surprised no one's popped up to tell me how great I am and that I should follow them on Discord to get thousands of viewers. That almost always happens within the first 5 minutes. Sometimes we haven't even started the game yet. Didn't mean to do that. I apologize. Yeah. Yeah. They changed the way their hydrostats work. So now they're, they have filters. So you gotta send them in to get a service at 500 hours. And since we lease ours, and we turn them in every 3 years, and they get about 500 hours after 3 years, send them all in to get the work done. move that pumpkin to right there. Redoing sidewalks. How are they redoing sidewalks with a mower? That sounds like something you don't do. Those mowers are expensive. I think when we got the last 3, they were $17,000 each. That's a little better. Kind of worry that down a little bit. Did our peep grow up to be a chicken? It did. Why don't you go stand somewhere else, huh? I don't trust you. I think the last one escaped. Ah. Well, there's better ways to do that. You know, get you a good weed eater and really nice, like, good string. You shouldn't be mowing. Especially if it's so overgrown you don't know what's under it. That ain't safe, man. I'm gonna plug up the thing. This is all stuff I have to deal with. So, no, just don't. That's bad. I have a push mower. Because I'm a man. No. My yard is big, but it's not big enough to need a riding mower. And honestly, right now, I don't have any room to store one. So that's why I don't have one. I need to build a shed. That's on my list of things to do in the near future. I know right where I want it. I know everything about this shed. I just got to do it. Build a shed and put in a fence. One there. We have one there. One down over there. That's fair. I have an electric, battery powered. And it takes me about an hour to do my lawn. But I enjoy going out and mowing. So it's therapeutic. Put on some headphones, do a podcast, or keep reading. It's just nice. It's nice. I'm gonna do cedar. I want it more for privacy than for boundary. A lot of the neighbors have a lot of dogs out here, and if they even catch a whiff of a peek of a person, they just bark for like 7 hours straight. So I'll do a cedar fence. Get some black cats when fireworks season shows up. That's a good deterrent. Keeps the dogs quiet. All right, we need everything. Give me sticks. Give me iron. Are we cooking anything else? So my neighbors to the west of me have kids, and they are obnoxious. And don't get along very well. When they see me come outside, they get very quiet very fast. And they should, because I've had to go over and pound on the door a couple of times. And I know the parents don't like me. I don't care. Stop being shitty parents. Clean up your damn yard. You know, it's just they used to breed dogs. They used to breed pit bulls, and they don't do that anymore. I don't think they're doing that anymore because they've only got one left. And oh god, the oldest kid over there, she was probably like 5 when they moved into that house. I'd been here for a couple of years already. And this 5-year-old was always the one. Had to go take the dogs out. Had to clean up all the dog crap in the yard. Had, you know. Like, it's not cool, man. Well, their yard is always a mess. And their yard, I don't care. Their yard can be a mess. But all of their garbage blows over their fence. They've got chain link. And it blows over and under the fence into my yard. And so they were out there cleaning up yesterday. And as soon as I came out, they went in. Which, good. But got to the point, you know, I throw it in a bucket. Whatever crap comes out of their yard over into mine, I throw it in a bucket and then I dump it right back over their fence. Maybe I'm the bad neighbor. I really don't care. I try and be nice. I try and be friendly. But you ain't going to clean up your crap. It's going right back onto your lawn. I already got to trim your stupid cherry tree because you guys don't do it. I'm that guy on the block, you know. There's a Tom Waits song called What's He Building in There? And I am that guy. I am 100%. I am that guy on my street. We did it again. We didn't go back to the minecart. That's right. I want to finish this. Minecart can wait. Is there still wood in that? There might still be wood in that. Yeah, these folks who did the pit bulls, they have a cherry tree right next to the fence, which just makes a gigantic mess. And they've got grapes that grow along the fence, and they also make a gigantic mess. And, you know, I go out and I spray along the fence line. I do Roundup over there just so I don't have so much weed eating and stuff to do. Or mowing next to the fence, because if the dogs are out, they chase the mower. But when I spray, sometimes I get a little close to those grapes. Just a little bit. So when I get this fence put in, I'm going to do some looking, do some digging around, some internet research. You know, the best kind of research. And see if there's some plants I can plant along the fence that maybe dogs just don't want to be next to. That's part of my plan for the lawn this summer is gonna find me some wormwood. I can, if it'll grow up here. I don't, we might be just in the wrong zone. But wormwood, lemongrass won't grow up here. It would be nice if it did. Find me some mint and marigolds. And I need to look up the other one. But there's plants that repel wasps. Because wasps were terrible yesterday. They were awful. It's been so warm for so long. They're starting so early. I'm just going to plant some stuff that wasps hate all around the lawn. And keep them out. Or keep them down if I can't get, you know, keep them away. If I can at least keep them to a dull roar. Need to finish painting all my eaves blue. That helps a little bit. I know we've been doing basically this all video, and I apologize, but we've been putting off doing a lot of this for a long time, so we got to spend a little time once in a while doing nothing but, or we're never going to get it finished. Okay. That's still got to come down quite a ways, I think. That's a little better. Pardon me. That is diorite. Can't make anything out of it other than decorations. Pretty much. I like it because it isn't very dark, so you get extra light without actually having to do extra lighting. Can't see it from here, but there's a bunch on top of that mountain right there. No. No, that's different. I received feedback on my order from yesterday. That's good. Got a guitar sitting on the workbench for a buddy. Had to order some parts. It's so much better. It's much better than all that stone. This track here, this single piece of music, is like generic indie game soundtrack 5.ogg, right? I don't know what it's called, but that's what it sounds like. And I really like it. It could be in almost any game that is $15 on Steam. But I really like it. It's good vibes. We're all about vibes here. Let's do a vibe check. Yep, they're good. Good job. I got thinking last week. We did something where we spent a little bit looking at Zelda Island over there. I think I want to build something out there, like something big. Like maybe we build a temple. Hera's Tower. I don't know. I think that could be fun. Bling blong phone. You are so talkative today, phone. Oh, we need to do shelter for the animals. Forgot about that. I mean, the chickens they're okay. They're stupid, but they're okay. So that stone, Scarlet, is also this stone. This is the regular. This is polished. Well, kind of not polished. Anyway, it's just lighter. Like if this was cobblestone, it'd look real dark down here. Yeah, I think so. I think we could find something. I mean, I'm the last person in the world you would want to build something like that on stream, especially, but I think it could be fun. I mean, not fun to watch. God, no. Why would anybody watch me do anything? That's terrible. Oh, my goodness. That was a really good pop. I don't know if you guys heard that. Oh, it was glorious. Speaking of lighting, could upgrade the lighting in the house a little bit. But putting it off. Let's go see what we can do with our minecart. See how badly I screwed up that spacing on those rails. Oh, we need a button. And we need a thing. Buttons, and we had buttons somewhere. Where were the buttons? In there? Yeah. A button. Wool. Black's good. We have more white. We'll take white. I need one more button. Excuse me. Okay. Now we're ready. Need to mod Minecraft so when you back up in a boat, it beeps. Zombie in full gold armor. I'd stop and kill him and try and get some, but I know I won't get any, just because that's how my life works. My life in Minecraft. Okay. I think that worked. Now the only problem is got the rail in the wrong spot. Pushing that button does nothing. But if we just walk up to it, but we don't have the oomph to go up the stairs. Well, speaking of, yeah, I have 70 today, 62 cloudy tomorrow, possible snow Tuesday, rain Wednesday, rain Thursday, sunny Friday, Saturday. The rain's fine. I haven't turned the water on at work yet. And I haven't turned the water on at work yet because I don't want to turn the water on at work yet because it's like 3 weeks too early. But I got it because it's been so hot. So my plan last week was to get everything buttoned up, you know, so I could turn the water on to see where all my problems that arose over the winter came from. But then it got down below freezing, so I couldn't turn the water on. Yeah, something right here that we should go and investigate. So Friday, I started getting the water all taken care of. And then I just got too busy and I couldn't finish it. So maybe tomorrow. But by the time I get it going, because it's going to rain and snow, and then I'm not going to want to do it because I don't want frozen water in my pipes. It's going to be a fun summer. Boy, howdy, let me tell you. I do. I've enjoyed most all of my jobs, but I enjoy this one the most. And I've just been at it for so long because it's too good for me to quit, and they don't have anybody else, so they can't fire me. Like in the department, it's just me and my boss, and he's been threatening to retire for years. So if he goes and they get rid of me, then there ain't no one left. And he's out for like 18 weeks because he had his shoulder operated on. So I'm like extra safe. Couldn't fire me if they wanted to. That's not supposed to happen. Fine. Do that. But I've been here 6 years. It's not the longest I've been at any job, but it's up there. I did music store stuff for like 10. I'm just a lowly government employee. I do. Yeah. So I get all those wonderful city benefits and all of those wonderful city drawbacks. I have all this vacation time, but we're always too busy to take time off. I never have to work on a Saturday, except for when I do. And there's all these really nice perks that all the departments get, except mine. Yep. And I've worked for the city, different city before. And it's fine. It's honestly, I don't think it's any better or worse than any other job in terms of just, you know, the bullshit you gotta deal with. I know I could make more money going somewhere else and doing something else, but my insurance is paid for it. I have 2 different retirements going on. I said I took 2 weeks off earlier in the year because if I didn't, I was going to lose that vacation time. So I had a week off, and then I cashed out another week. And here in about 7 months, I'll have to do it again. Yeah, no, I've done worse things. I've done better things. Yeah, we have one called Percy, Persi, and supposedly, as they tell us this, it is one of the best ones in the country. I don't know if that's true or not, because I don't have anything I can compare it to, but Like, if I were to retire right now, I've been here 5 years, so I'm vested. If I were to retire right now, I would be making 75% of what I'm making working. And that will only go up as I work longer. If I ever meet someone dumb enough or desperate enough to want to get married, they get my retirement until they die. If I die, they get it until they die. And then the city itself has their own little retirement plan, so I put in a little bit into that every payday. And then I've got my own that I manage, and I put some into that every other week. Hey, buddy, you're on fire. You shouldn't do that. Fire bad. Did we figure out if we could take one of these? I think ours is the last 90 days. I think. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Hey, there's the kickbox. Starting to get worried. Hadn't seen you guys all day. Can I shears this? I can't shears that. Yeah, basically, except we don't get overtime, and we can't cash out when we do get overtime because that's not something my department gets. And I hope they're ready for a fight about that if I ever take over this department, if and when. Because we have to go by what's in the employee handbook. That's what we have to go by. That's what we have been told. We have to go by what is written in the employee handbook. Well, nowhere in the employee handbook does it say that my department is ineligible for having overtime cashed out. So if we're going off of what's in the handbook, then y'all need to change the handbook, or you need to do what the handbook says. And this wishy-washy crap. A couple of creepers over there, and got a zombie right here. The sword is going to break sometime. I'm nervous it's going to pick the worst time, because it always does. There's noises in this music, and I don't like it. So we don't get paid overtime. We get comp time. So for every hour over 40 that you work in a week, you get an hour and a half, basically paid time off that doesn't belong to vacation time or sick time. But when that caps out, you're supposed to be able to cash out anything over that. And so our department is not According to the administration, our department is not eligible to do that. Took a minute. I think he had second thoughts there. So, because we at the cemetery have to work Saturdays sometime when there's burials, and our week starts on Saturday, I either end up with comp time at the end of every week that I work a Saturday, or I take some extra time off during the week. But because I'm the only one there right now, I can't do that. So before my boss went and had a surgery, I got my comp time down to like 0. And as of last payday, it was back up to like 16 hours. And Memorial Day week, because we work all week, we work the week before, we work the Saturday and Sunday before, and then we work the day of. All are like 40 hours just for those 2 or 3 days extra that I work, because we get time and a half for all the other days, but then we get double time for the holiday. So when we've gotten to them in the past and said, you know, this is a situation, what is this and where did this come from? Glow ink sacks. Where did that? Was there a squid in there? And he... Interesting. Yeah, so in the past, we've been able to go to the city administrator and say, you know, it's that time of year again. Can we have an allowance to go up over 40 hours for our comp time? They've always said, yeah, not a problem. Just, you know, don't abuse it, but if you get it up to, we'll let you go up to 60 or something, right? And the new guy's like, nope, can't do it. Absolutely not. They say, okay, well then can we cash out? Nope, can't do that. Absolutely not. So for a while we just leave. You know, we were, as soon as we hit 40 hours, we just left. And then they said, well, we really need to have you guys around. Just make a goddamn decision, man. That's my, like, even if I don't agree with it, if you just make the decision, I gotta go with whatever that decision was. I don't want it to be this year, yes, this year, no. Just tell me. I mean, if you need me to be here and you don't care that I go over, then we need to figure out what you're going to do for when I go over. And if that's cash me out, great. If that's going to increase the amount I can have, great. I don't care. Does not matter to me one bit. But I'm not going to be here just because you want me to be here and not be on the clock for it. I'm sorry. Like, according to our handbook, if you are on call, and the handbook defines on call as being available to, I don't remember how it's worded exactly. Basically, if you get called in on your day off to do work, on your scheduled day off to do work, you clock in for 2 hours minimum. Right? Well, if I clock in for 2 hours minimum on my day off, like a Saturday, or any time after regular hours, that's how it's phrased. Anytime after regular hours, you clock in for 2 hours. Even if it doesn't take 2 hours, you clock in for 2 hours. Thank God. Thank God you're back. Fire hotter. I was missing you guys. Anyway. that, I think 2 hours is excessive. But it also depends on the department. So, like, if I get a text from a funeral home on a Saturday or a Sunday or after 5 o'clock, I'm supposed to clock in for 2 hours because I took a text from a funeral home. And if I did that, every single time I did that, you know, that happened, I'd have an extra 8 hours a week. Because it happens all the time. If they want to be by the book, I'll be by the book. But I don't think they realize. We take some liberties with what we do and don't count. We never short ourselves, but we don't abuse the system. So if I get a text from a funeral home and it's just, hey, is this available? Yes, no. Like, okay, I'll put down 15 minutes for that. But if it's a long, we looking for this, can we do this? What's the situation with this? Da 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 da. You know, if it takes 15, 20 minutes to get through the whole thing, I'll clock in for a half hour. Diamond. I think we want that. I've heard diamond is nice. Ready to get back out of here. Because it's been 2 hours, which means we need to wrap up. I haven't had breakfast. I got laundry to finish. Oh, God. That's close. I'm sure I want to find another crappy movie to watch today. Or 2 or 3. Mostly caught up on my podcasts. I think there's a new show that I need to listen to. And the dog? Why would you put diamond in the dog? I mean, it's a good song, but why would you do that? Kind of want to watch Rabbits again. The David Lynch Rabbits. Started it last night, but I was too tired to pay attention to it. See some redstone. Makes me wonder how I miss some of this stuff sometimes. Because it's just right there. How did I not see it? Maybe I approached it from a different direction. Maybe I am blind. Visually impaired streamer. LP for the blind. Oh no. Yeah, I guess that's probably what happened down there by the lava. I do need to record some BKO today. Well, this is not the way out. And I'm out of torches. Which makes for great viewing for you guys. Is this the way out? That's not the way out. Nothing. through here. I don't have a bucket. I didn't bring a bucket. Then I couldn't even make a bucket because I don't have anything. I could make a furnace. I've got some iron, but I don't have anything to put in the furnace to cook it. I feel like we went down something like this, but it wasn't that. There, maybe? This looks promising. Yep, this is it. Yeah, it's almost it. Oh yeah, that's that purple stuff we saw last time. It's that smooth basalt. We probably looked at that last time, and I don't remember what it was. This is not the way out. Excuse me. I think we're too high. I think where we usually come out was about 0. Not that way. There we go. Can we push manually? Yes. Okay. Oh, you know what? I need a torch under those, I think. I think I need a redstone torch under those. We'll work on that. For now, let's go home. Turn in our spoils. That'll be wonderful. So be sure to stop back tomorrow night. We'll finish up, hopefully, we'll finish up Darkstar. I will get started on the state of the channel video right after this. So that will be out on Wednesday with the usual little, here's what's coming up stuff. There's new Dragon Quest. I haven't added it to the website yet, but it's on the YouTube channel today. I was going to say, didn't we get iron? Couldn't find it. Right there. I think that's good. Yep. Soundtrack is so grand. See, that looks better. That looks better already. Maybe we go down one more. From standing up here, that does look better to me. Just got another batch of 4 pumpkins. Yeah, things is going great. Things is going great. So I told you all the stuff, so you know all the stuff. Thanks everybody for Twitching and YouTubing and kicking and Patreoning and all that. It's greatly appreciated. We'll be back next Sunday with more Sunday morning Minecraft. We will be back Monday, obviously, for more Darkstar. So I'm sure we're gonna be done. It just feels like we're basically done. And then we will get started on the next game. State of the channel coming up. Mention that. Patreon, the next game for April is Metroid Fusion. If you want to check that out, feel free to sign up. Links to all this stuff is at the website there on your screen, jasonsgroovemachine.com. Thanks for attending, everybody. Sure appreciate you. We'll see you later.